Let us begin with 3A North at sectional number 17, Gary Roosevelt to host. On Tuesday night, Gary Roosevelt will play Hammond Gavitt in game number 1, followed by Hammond and Gary Wirt. On Friday night, game 1 of the evening features Hammond Clark taking on the winner of the Gary Roosevelt-Hammond Gavitt matchup. Game number 2 will feature Gary Wallace taking on Hammond and Gary Wirt winner. Sectional number 18 at Knox, Kankakee Valley will play Rensselaer Central in game number 1 on Tuesday night, followed by Calumet playing Knox on Friday night. The first game of the evening will pit Griffith and the winner of the Kankakee Valley Rensselaer Central matchup. Game number 2, Andrean will play the Calumet Knox winner. Sectional 19 at Glen. Tuesday night, Mishawaka Marion will play New Prairie. Game number 1 on Wednesday, South Bend St. Joseph's will play the defending champions from Plymouth. Plymouth beat South Bend St. Joe 48-20 back on November the 14th. The second game on Wednesday night, Glen will play Rochester. Culver Academies will play the first game on Friday night. Their opponent will be the winner of the Mishawaka Marion New Prairie game. In sectional number 20 at Benton Central, West Lafayette will play Western in game number 1 on Tuesday night, followed by Frankfort and Twin Lakes. Number 1 Benton Central will play the winner of the West Lafayette Western game in game number 1 on Friday night. Benton Central has defeated West Lafayette twice this season, and they did not play Western. In sectional number 21 at Wawasee on Tuesday night, Tippecanoe Valley will play Columbia City. Game number 1 on Wednesday night, we'll have Whitko taking on number 6 Wawasee. Wawasee beat Whitko 68-29 on the 20th of January. The second game of Wednesday evening, we'll have Northwood taking on West Noble. Lakeland will play the first game on Friday night. Their opponent will be the winner of the Tippecanoe Valley Columbia City game. Sectional number 22 at Belmont. On Tuesday night, game number 1 features Mechanical and number 2 Norwell, followed by number 2 Fort Wayne Elmhurst taking on Belmont. Norwell and Fort Wayne Elmhurst tied for number 2 in the polls. On Friday night, the first game will have Peru taking on the winner of the Mechanical-Norwell matchup, followed by Fort Wayne and their game with the winner of the Fort Wayne Elmhurst and Belmont game. In sectional number 23 at Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger, this game to be played on Tuesday night, Harding will take on Heritage. Game 1 on Wednesday night, Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger plays Fort Wayne Concordia, and game number 2, Leo will play Angola. On Friday night, New Haven will play the first game of the evening, and they will take on the Harding and Heritage winner. And in sectional number 24 at Mississinawa, on Tuesday night, game number 1, Blackford will play Muncie Southside, followed by Yorktown and Mississinawa. Eastbrook will play the first game on Friday night. They will take on the Blackford Muncie Southside winner. Delta in the second game on Friday night will take on the Yorktown Mississinawa winner. Chris May, 3A North. Any real matchups jump out at you and make you take notice of some potential great matchups?
Well, the thing to take note of in 3A, both North and South, are that as many coaches as I talk to, no one can define the clear-cut favorite or even a top 5 of clear-cut favorites. One coach even remarked to me that he thought anywhere from 10 to 12 teams have a legitimate chance at making it all the way. But when you talk about the North, there are some potentially really good second-round matchups. Again, you have a lot of talent spread throughout the brackets. Sectional number 18 at Knox. The potential of Calumet meeting up with Andrean possibly in the second round.
We talked about this before. You got 4 teams that have won double-digit games throughout the year. So the pairings, while we tend to focus on ratings, in terms of what those 4 schools have been able to do, that's a pretty balanced sectional.
Again, you don't luck your way to 10 wins in a season. So they have some really talented squads and some talented individuals in that sectional. So sectional 18 at Knox, I think, it has some real balance to it. I think you can say that about a lot of them. Of course, you have to mention the defending state champions, Plymouth playing at Glen, sectional number 19, opening up with South Bend St. Joseph's. Benton Central is ranked number 1 right now, a strong team, and they draw a bye in the sectional to be played at their school.
But how
That's
about
not bad.
5 teams out of that sectional with double-digit wins? I mean, it's the same. Even though Benton Central ranked number 1 and only has 1 loss, you say the same thing about sectional 21, where there are 4 of those schools that have won double-digit. They have double-digit wins throughout the year. With Wawasee ranked number 6, and they have 16 wins.
Yeah, I think back to Benton Central really quickly. They lost in the sectionals last year. Skylar Gick is a really talented guard. She's going to go to Valparaiso University. I've got to think there's some real motivation to get through this sectional and to play their best right now. The sectional at Wawasee, number 21, I think, is another just great sectional, and especially if you look at the bottom half there. Wawasee is one of any number of teams in 3A that could really make a deep postseason run. They're really talented when you're talking about really strong players. Taylor Goshert is one of the top players in the state of Indiana. You have to mention they're a team that's really defensive-oriented. They can really lock people down, and that leads in itself to success more often than not. And that other matchup down there, Northwood, West Noble, are two other strong contenders in that sectional, and unfortunately one of them is going to be out after the first game of the sectional.
We can also say some of the same things about the balance in sectional number 22 at Belmont. So the 3A North matchups, clearly some exciting ones coming up on Tuesday. Starting on Tuesday, February the